Good day, family. I trust that I have found you all well. Good day, family. I trust that I have found you all well. Welcome to our weekly lunchbox. Welcome to our weekly lunchbox. I trust that I have found you all well, and I trust that you are doing well wheresoever that you are at. To God be the glory and honor and power. It is my joy, it is my pleasure to meet up with you again. If you are connecting with us, kindly take some people and kindly share this broadcast with your contacts. Welcome once again to our weekly lunchbox. This is a teaching that we produce once per week. We produce it once per week, only midweek, so that we continue to be fed and well taken care of. It is our joy and it is our pleasure to welcome you once again to our weekly lunchbox. Good day to you all. Good day to you, brothers and sisters. Good day to you all, and welcome and welcome. Good day and welcome, all of you. Welcome. We started a topic entitled self-respect. We spoken of many things, different things concerning self-respect. We saw what self-respect is, and we say self-respect is loving yourself and treating yourself with care. It is a result of staying true to your values and not be willing to compromise. Self-respect, it is loving yourself and treating yourself with care. And as much as you stay true to your values, and you will be a person who is not willing to compromise. So that is self-respect. And we also saw that self-respect, it is a very, very important aspect of life, and everybody needs to have a level or a measure of self-respect, because before you respect others outside there, you are the person to respect himself or herself first. So you cannot go outside and say to people, I have respect of people, or I respect people, when you cannot respect yourself. And as much as the Bible says, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. So in the reverse, what do you do to yourself that you'd want others to do to you? So it starts within you, and self-respect, it is an aspect, or it is power. Let me use the word power. It is power that is found within. It is the power that encourages you to do certain things and not to do certain things. I repeat again, self-respect, it is the power within that helps you and that helps me to do certain things and also not to do certain things. So every person, every one of us should have a level, in fact, high level of self-respect. Because if you fail to respect yourself, people outside there will fail to respect you. And I want to quickly go to today's subtopic, still on self-respect, which is a responsibility. We saw in the last teaching that when you respect yourself, or when the level of self-respect is high inside of you, you become a man and a woman who know or who values herself or himself to the point that it drives you to stand and take responsibility. We have got so many people in life today who has got questions, or who put pressure on our leaders that we have elected or that we have set, and say, why don't they do this? Why don't they say this? Or why don't they come up with a strategy to stop A, B, C, D? In as much as they work out a lot for everything that they are working out, and to achieve certain goals for the good or for the common good of everyone else, it is very difficult when you do that to people who do not have self-respect, people who do not want to take responsibility, people who are not responsible for anything. So if you want to let self-respect grow inside of yourself, or if I want self-respect to grow inside of myself, I have to mature and come to a point of becoming a responsible person. You become a responsible of your environment. You become responsible of your family. You become responsible of your community. You become responsible of everything that you are using. Some of us, we are renting, or yes, of course, we are renting some places that we dwell. The challenge that the owner of the house or your landlord will force you to leave that apartment. It is when they see that you are not taking responsible, you are irresponsible person. You will find that you will become a person who do not live in peace with others if you are not responsible. And I have heard some people who say that this is not my responsibility. They want me to do this work. It is not my responsibility. Let me tell you, brothers and sisters, it is your responsibility. As long as you are in that organization, as long as you are in that workplace, as long as you are within that family, or as long as you are at that apartment, it is your responsibility to look after. The Bible says that God created man and he placed him in the Garden of Eden to do what? To look after the garden, to become responsible of the garden, to make sure that whatsoever duties in the garden that are being assigned to him, he does those duties well according to what God desired. So become a person who is responsible. So the time that Adam failed to be responsible of the garden, God kicked him out. So you end up becoming a person who here and there always struggle, or who here and there always fight with people, just because people, they see that the things that they have entrusted in you, you are not responsible. You are lacking to become a responsible person. So at the end of the day, you end up fighting, or you end up arguing with people. The same thing that, especially men, we are given our families as the head of the family. Now, becoming the head of the family, it comes with responsibility. And most men outside there, they end up like running away from their responsibility of just being, let me not talk about looking after, but just being around their families. So responsibility starts from you being around, starts from you being involved, starting from you being there, your presence. And when God spoke to Adam, he made sure that Adam is there, he's around the garden. Before he tilled the land, before he named the tree, the names that he gave, before he gave the names to the animals, his first responsibility was to make sure that he is around the garden. He is there in the garden. Now, we know the biggest story that took place there. And when that biggest story took place, when Adam decided to leave the place that God would visit, the place that God would see him, that was the sign that Adam has left the place of responsibility. So the rest is the story that we are told, but be responsible, become the man who is responsible, become the woman who is responsible. And being responsible starts from being present. You, of course, you go and do what you do during the day. You go and work. You go and and provide and do the work that you do, which is all okay. But after work, do you come home? After work, do you sleep home? After work, are you around home? Place of responsibility. So at the end of the day, we look for people, we look for things to blame. We look for someone to point finger at, whereas we have left the place of responsibility. And that's why God had to call Adam. And he said, Adam, Adam, where are you? Because from the place of responsibility, Adam had fled, or Adam had moved from the place of responsibility. So at the end of the day, what we are saying or what we are learning is when we are talking of self-respect, we mature to the level of standing in our position and become responsible men and become responsible women. Place of responsibility. So again, I am saying that self-respect, it matures, or it takes us to that place where I know that I am responsible for this place. And let me tell you, if you are responsible, example, at your workplace, when you are employed by any company or by any business or by any organization, when you are employed, you are responsible for everything that happens in that organization. Of course, it might not be your department, but that does not mean that you ignore the things that are going wrong in other department, and you come up with a saying that says, I am not employed for this, or I am not employed for that. That is lack of self-respect. You look after your surrounding. You look after the things that are around you. So no matter that things are not going on well in another department, you and I, as long as we work for that company, and let me give you a very good example. Some people that I have heard, they say, I am not employed for that, but there is no salary or pay slip that comes specifying that this man is coming from this and this department. The salary comes from one name. If the company's name is called Caroline, the company, the salary will be said on top of the pay slip will be saying Caroline's company. It does not specify the departments that are in Caroline's company. So therefore, what I am saying is, it is my responsibility and it is your responsibility. Let's come back to your home. Probably you might understand this much better. Let's come back to your home. If you say that I cook because I am the mother of this house, I cook, I sweep, does it mean that outside, when you see a spanner that is dropped outside by your husband, whether mistakenly or whether willingly, don't you pick it up and put it to where it's supposed to be? Or you jump it and say, it's not my department because it's outside the house. So sometimes this is how we treat our companies, which is very wrong. Sometimes this is how we treat our bosses, which is very wrong. Become a man, become a woman who is responsible. Become a man and become a woman who stand and say whether it is from my department or it is not from my department. I will still make sure that things that are not okay, that are within my reach, that I can go and fix, I'll put my effort and I'll go and fix those things. So you stop saying, no, I'm not employed for that. I am only employed here to sweep. I'm just a cleaner. And then you see something that is even beyond what you can do. Just at least make effort, become a responsible man, become a responsible woman. So I am saying to us, brothers and sisters, that self-respect has to rise and has to take us to that place where you and I can come to that place where we become responsible. Self-respect has to rise in us and make us become the responsible people, and make us become people who take care of the places that they are placed, or of the environment that they are working at. So thank you so much, brothers and sisters. And before I close, may you just share this broadcast with some people. I know I'm talking about becoming responsible, becoming a man, becoming a woman who is responsible for their environment. When you are responsible, you will not give excuses when it comes to anything that needs to be done. To some of us who are on this platform, who are hearing this, who goes even to some churches, do you know that we have got some people who call themselves members of the churches, yet they don't even take any responsibility in that church. They don't even do anything in that church. When it is said, let us do A, B, C, D, we have got some people who do not stand to do anything in that church. Lack of responsibility. So I want to encourage you. I want to encourage everyone. I want to challenge everyone that it is your duty, it is my duty to become responsible. The moment that we stop to be responsible, that the moment that we stop functioning effectively. Coming back to Adam, when he lost his responsibility in the Garden of Eden, he stopped operating effectively to the point that God saw that he was not in need of Adam anymore. God was not in need of Adam anymore. And what happened? God has to say to Adam, from this day, you are banned from this garden because you left the place of responsibility. You are not responsible anymore. Therefore, I cannot keep you. So when sometimes you find yourself being kicked out, it's not that because you are that bad. Sometimes you are kicked out just because they have looked or they have checked your level of responsibility of that organization. They looked at your level of responsibility at that workplace and they found none. So at the end of the day, your function is not effective. We don't need your services anymore. And sometimes we have got people who say, I don't even know what I have done. I did not even do anything wrong to them. But when I just woke up, there was an email that was just saying, do not come here anymore. We don't need your service. Please, we are going to pay you even 3 months or 4 months in advance, and so that you can get help, because they have realized that you are not responsible. So what's the use of keeping someone who is not responsible? So therefore, brothers and sisters, what I am saying to us today is your level of self-respect, my level of self-respect has to take me to that place where I start to stand and become responsible for everything that is happening around me. If every one of us was responsible, our neighbors or our communities would not be in the level or the places that they are at today. The fights that are taking place in families, the arguments that are taking place in families, the splits that are taking place in families, if all of us were responsible, some of the things would have been avoided. The level of crime in our communities, the level of crime in our countries, the level of crime, if all of us were standing in the place of being responsible, some of these things would have been avoided. So some of the things are becoming worse and worse because we are surrounded, or we have become people who do not want to be responsible. We become irresponsible of everything or of some of the things that we have done. You find some person, he does A, B, C, D, which is wrong. And then when it is asked, they deny. A lack of responsibility. So I want to challenge you. I want to challenge us again that you and I should become people who are responsible. I want to thank you so much, brothers and sisters, for connecting with me in this afternoon. This is our weekly lunchbox. Let's meditate on this, please. Leave your comments, leave your questions, leave your contributions in the comment section, and let's discuss further about this topic. I want to thank you so much. Thank you. I salute you. Till we meet again in next week. Have a good day.